Hang on. Let me turn this music off. Okay, let's see. I want to do a bike check. I've been asked by a couple people to do a bike check on my new bike, and I cannot make this camera lean down. It's so... There, okay, that works too. We'll do that. To do a bike check on my new bike. So, if you don't know, this is a new Frameworks Enduro. They went on pre-sale back in September. I paid for this bike September the 15th, and it came just a couple weeks ago. I'm not a patient guy, man. I really struggle with it, but I'm really glad I waited. Anyways, we'll get right into it. This is a large frame, 480 reach. Fantastic. I am actually a little bit different. I'm 5'8". Every size chart known to man says I should be in a medium. I've always bought mediums, and I always kind of felt like I struggled a little bit. Well, Nico was at Windrock with one of the prototype bikes, which was a large, and I rode it, and it felt good. And I really, after doing some studying, think I have bought the wrong size bikes. Anyways, we'll get right into it. I had a Fox Factory 38 I was going to put on here. What I didn't look at when looking at the geo chart is the head tube on this thing. This measurement right there is 130 millimeters. It's 30 millimeters longer than any other bike I had. So the steer tube was too short. So I do have lots of spare parts. So I went through my forks in this Marzocchi Super Z that I had, very lightly ridden, had a long enough steer tube, and so far I don't think I'm going to change it. I did get a new CSU for that Fox 38. I haven't put it on, but I think I'm going to leave it. Which technically that is a Fox 38. It just has the Grip X damper. Let me see if I can show you the Grip X damper on it instead of the Grip X2 or whatever. So it works good. The bike came with a Floatex, which is actually my air shock of choice. I can't do a big air can shock like a Vivid or an X2. I can't make it hold me up enough. So the bike I rode from Nico had a little different valving in it, heavier valving, and he said he would get mine the same way. When I got it out of the box, it had a firm sticker on it, so I'm thinking it is heavier valving, and so far it's been really good. So that's the suspension. TRP brakes, DH Evos. I really like them. I have them on my e-bike as well. I went with a i9 stem and Renthal bars. The stem I already had. It wasn't the one I originally was going to use, but it works out. I will tell you that I normally run a 35 or 40 mil rise bar, but because the head tube's so big and the stack is so high, it was just too high. So I actually had to order, these are I think 25 mil rise is what I wound up getting. And I have a way of checking my distance and measuring, and it's spot on right there. So I have 1 millimeter of stem spacer. So basically no stack almost, and 25 mil rise bars, which to my eye looks funny, but my bars are in the right place. It feels good. I'm not gonna worry about it. Drivetrain, I did Cane Creek E-Wings, 165. I already had them. So it's not like I balled out and bought another set of cranks. Exo cassette, GX derailleur. I like the Exo cassette because it is lighter. I feel like it pedals way better. GX derailleur works fine. And then I'm an odd kind of guy. It probably don't have enough light to get it, but I run it with, I always do this, a XT shifter, because I'm addicted to the double upshift that you can only do on XT or XTR. they'll all do the multiple downshifts, but the double upshift. So that's what I've got. I run an XT shifter and I run an XT chain. For the money, I just don't think you can beat them. I get over 1,000 miles out of an XT chain, so I can't get that out of any SRAM chain that I've tried so far, and these things are like $42 or $45 a piece. It just makes sense. For wheels, I went E13 carbon. I have a lot of wheel sets, you know, and I really like the E13 carbon, DA, LG, whatever DH they used to be called. Now they're called Grappler. But I didn't have any 27.5. This bike is a mixed wheel bike. So I did have to buy a new back wheel, but I had plenty of front wheels. It's the same wheel. They changed the logo, whatever, but it's the same wheel. Oh yeah, I forgot. TR3 brake rotors as well. So I did that, and then I'm doing my usual downhill casing DHR2 rear, downhill casing DHF front. I'm not a NASA guy type of guy. A lot of people are. I really like the faster rolling. I don't need the knob in the middle. It doesn't bother me. I guess I lean the bike enough that it's not that big a deal. But I much prefer a DHF. Come find out, a downhill casing DHF is lighter than a double down Assegai even, so it rolls really good. Okay, rest of the cockpit, my usual ODI Elite Pro grips, XT shifter, we went over that, wolf tooth dropper, lever, and I am running a Spank Uzi 220 saddle. It's my first time to try it. To be honest with you, it was on closeout, and I liked it. Below it, I've got a 1-Up 240 dropper. It is, sorry if it's a little all over. I've got this gimbal camera thing and it doesn't always move the way I want it to, but it's a big dropper, 240. So it really gets the seat out of the way. To me, it almost looks like a dirt jump bike when it's all the way down. You know, it's really, really out of the way. And I think that's it. The bike is super cool. If you don't know about it, aluminum front end, super awesome CNC machined rocker link. And then the rear triangle is carbon. So it all goes together good. Oh yeah, I got a bash guard under there too. I think it's an MRP. Pretty cool. If you got any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. I plan on being all over with it this summer. And you know what I say, maybe we'll see you there.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought.